this video is a tiny bit different. So I want to do this video as a little bit of a race recap for the half Ironman that I done on Sunday. However, today is now Thursday, the 23rd of May. So I raced on Sunday, and tomorrow I fly to France straight from work. So this one is going to be done while I'm packing my bag, I'm afraid, because it's quite a quick turnaround this week. So just as a little bit of a summary of what's happened. Last week I was all ready and fired up for Outlaw, the half Ironman, which was on Sunday, the 19th. So I had a full week of sort of like prep sessions, nothing crazy, like writing my race plan and making sure everything was boxed off. And I was going into it feeling really quite optimistic. I had a great session on the Sunday before where I'd done like a mock race, and I'd done like 85% of the bike and run, plus like a bit of a bike session to simulate the swim. And I was bang on pace for what I wanted. And I thought, this is fantastic. You know, I've got 15% left. That's taper and, you know, sort of the day. And I thought, this is fantastic. And all was going to plan. Then on Friday night, when I finished work, I started to feel this lump in the gland under my armpit. And I thought, oh dear, this isn't good. And then a cold sore appeared. Now, this has happened before, and it isn't a cold sore at all. It's actually like a sign that I've got an infection. But I felt okay myself, just a bit of a sore throat. So I just carried on as normal. And Saturday went and registered. We did have a little bit of a mare when we went to register because we had the caravans because we couldn't get on the campsite and the car park were not happy about that. We got stuck. But other than that, everything was fine. Got to bed early-ish. Sunday morning, 3:30, alarm. Gets up, gets ourselves ready. I'd already packed the night before, everything was ready. 4:15, the Dales joined us at the van, and off we went to the race. Everything was going really good. I didn't feel calm at all. That's a lie. I was going to say I felt calm at the start. That wasn't true. I felt like I was under control with my emotions. I dipped in the water a bit beforehand to make sure, that I was prepared. Because that's something that freaks me out, and I've had a long history, long 8 years of trying not to cry in the open water. I'd had a few good open water sessions down at Boundary, sort of Crew, Home Chapel Way, to try and, get myself ready, and I felt really confident. Anyway, I'd given my parents the list of, sort of times that I expected to finish in, and I got out of the water, and I didn't even want to look at my watch. I just wanted to concentrate on transition. I was trying this new... where I didn't put my shoes on. I left my shoes on the bike. This is new to me, so I was just concentrating on getting that right. I'd practiced in the week. And when I was getting onto my bike, I looked across, and my parents looked so excited, and I thought, oh, this is going well. And I looked down, and I was like nearly 2 minutes ahead of schedule. I had a really good swim. My transition had gone really well, and I was well on schedule. About 5 miles into the bike, I reached back to get a drink, and it had gone. So short of a very kind lady, thank you very much to whoever you were, for letting me have a swig of her drink, I had to then go to the first aid station, which was at 35 miles without a drink. Not only was this not particularly ideal for drinking, but I also really, really struggling to eat because I didn't have anything to wash it down with. It was actually a really hot day. It was windy. I just felt like I was putting power down and I just wasn't going anywhere, and I started to get really frustrated. Once I got a drink at the aid station, I really put the hammer down way more than, my coach had told me not to do it, and I did it anyway because I was just getting frustrated. I was behind schedule on the time. Everything had been going so well up until then. And naturally, that meant once I got to the run, I wasn't in good shape at all. And, I still ran a 2-hour half marathon, but I felt like I deserved better. I feel like I should have done better, and I let myself down a little bit there. But to be honest, what I did on the day, it was hot. I didn't follow the plan. I went off too fast on the run. The transition went well. And I think, if I'm completely honest, I think once I got on that run, I'd given up a little bit because I knew that the time that I wanted was gone. And I knew that I would have to really mess up to get a PB. So I felt in that weird no man's land where, yes, you should be pushing to do your best. And I truly feel like I was. But a little bit of you hasn't quite gone into it with the right attitude. So it was a bit of a bittersweet, I was 15 minutes faster than last year. I was 8 minutes faster than I had been at my previous personal best. So really, I should have been over the moon, but I just didn't feel like it was what I had trained for. So I was a little bit disappointed. And then I was disappointed at myself for being disappointed. It's just a cycle that we go through. But when I woke up Monday morning, I felt truly, truly dreadful, and this lump was still under my arm, or like to the side of my arm. And so I went to the doctors, and it turns out I've got an infection. So I'm on a 7-day course of antibiotics as we speak. Part of me feels like, oh, well, that makes me feel a bit better. It's a bit of an explanation for what happened on Sunday. Another part of me is like, I'm sick of hearing myself moan. I feel like I'm a stuck record, like on this, on these videos. Just I was ill. I'm sick of hearing it now. But I was ill, so I feel a lot better in myself now. Obviously, I'm on my the back end. I've done 2 days of antibiotics now, and so tomorrow I get picked up from work, and we're going to France. It's 5 of us going. We're going to France to do some cycling. We're going to cycle from Nice to Monaco on Saturday, which apparently it's the Monaco Formula 1 Grand Prix this weekend. So that'll be interesting. Or the Grand Prix. I don't know. There's something happening in Monaco this weekend. And that'll be exciting. And then, yes, so that'll be, the weather's looking fantastic. Then we're driving down Saturday night, and then on Sunday we're going to cycle at Mont Ventoux before driving back to the airport and flying home Sunday night, because some muppet didn't realise that it was the bank holiday and thought they had to be back in work on Monday. But, all things work out pretty well, because at least we'll get home and I'll have some Monday to recover and whatever. I'm in the process of toying with doing another half Ironman next weekend to redeem myself. I think that will depend how this course of antibiotics goes. I'm still unsure. So that's a work in progress at the moment. So there's still a lot going on this next month. I've got France this weekend, potential half Ironman, the Great North Swim, and the long course weekend all to happening before the end of June. It's also my birthday in June. So we'll do another video to just summarise how everything's going. If I do the race, the Great North Swim, and the trip to France. But as it happens at the moment, we've got a new PB, 5 hours 27 and some seconds, and we should be happy. But next time will be better.